On Monday, reporter Jeffrey Goldberg of The Atlantic dropped a major bombshell on the Trump administration. So, turns out that this reporter knew that the United States was going to stop bombing Yemen before the attacks had even taken place. How? Well, he writes that the reason that I knew this is that Pete, the Secretary of Defense, had texted me the war plan at 11:44 a.m. Now, the plan, of course, included precise information about the weapons packages, targets, and the timing of said attack. And of course, a couple days later, the attacks actually happened. So, whoops. Oh no.
Whoopsie.
How do you accidentally text a reporter your war plans? I don't know. Maybe Drinky McDrunk should have put down the beer and double checked who was invited to his chat. I know, it's Mike Waltz that apparently accidentally invited the reporter. Still, come on. Come on. This is something that should definitely get you in a little bit of trouble, a little bit of pushback, especially considering how this administration treats the press, calling them the enemy of the people, and then, oops, I just texted our war plans. Whoopsie. Aren't you glad all the white men are back in charge? we got planes falling out of the sky. We got secret war plans being leaked. You got the economy heading into a possible recession. I don't know. It kind of shows you that how much minorities have been carrying this country on their backs for so long. Yeah. But seriously, though, this is what you get with right-wing governance. The people who believe themselves to be the most superior are often anything but. I told you, incompetence is a hallmark of fascism. Okay, and incompetence they have in spades. Now, President Trump, when he was asked during a press conference, responded in this usual Trump-like fashion.
I don't know anything about it. I'm not a big fan of The Atlantic. To me, it's a magazine that's going out of business. I think it's not much of a magazine, but I know nothing about it. You're saying that they had what?
They were using Signal to coordinate on sensitive materials and
Having to do with what? Having to do with what? What were they talking about?
with the Houthis.
The Houthis? You mean the attack on the Houthis?
Right.
Well, it couldn't have been very effective because the attack was very effective. I can tell you that. I don't know anything about it. You're telling me about it for the first time.
I don't know anything about it, but I don't like The Atlantic. Okay, it's going out of business. The Atlantic bad. But wait, you're not addressing the fact that these were your war plans for Yemen that you then acted on because it was true information being leaked to a reporter. You didn't address that at all. Of course not. And how did Atlantic going out of business? Great. Now, response from journalists and activists also is pretty well expected. Derek Martin from accountable.us writes, if Trump doesn't know about a major incident involving his VP, Chief of Staff, National Security Advisor, Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, Director of National Intelligence, and CIA Director, then who exactly is running this government? I don't know. Elon Musk? Putin? Maybe there is no one driving the bus. That's a scary thought, isn't it? But, that's what's going on right now. It's what it feels like. Nobody driving the bus. David Badish writes, 100% incompetence of his comm staff did not brief him on this before he got in front of a camera. This is the commander-in-chief admitting that he is unaware of what his top national security officials are doing. This is bad. Oh, yes. And by the way, this is not just about The Atlantic, right? No, it is about giving war plans to a journalist. And also, why are we bombing Houthis anyway? Does that make any sense? Houthis never attacked us. Why are we bombing them? Why? I know it's to defend Israel. Because of course, right? So now that was Donald Trump's response. What's Pete Hegseth's response to this? I mean, this is an obvious oopsie oh no, man, that was some oversight, or oh, don't worry, we will make sure to increase our operational security. I didn't realize it was whatever. Um, no, no. His response, gaslighting.
You're talking about a deceitful and highly discredited so-called journalist who's made a profession of peddling hoaxes time and time again, to include the hoaxes of Russia, or the fine people on both sides hoax, or suckers and losers hoax. So this is a guy that peddles in garbage. This is what he does. I would love to comment on the Houthi campaign.
Why were those details shared on Signal, and how did you learn that a journalist was privy to the targets, the types of weapons used?
I've heard I was characterized. Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that. Thank you.
Nobody was texting war plans. Really? Because those sure didn't look like dinner plans if you read them. I mean, come on. Come on. Once again, attacking the journalist, not answering the question because the question is super embarrassing. So now here's the irony about all this, right? Hegseth's office just announced a crackdown on leaks of sensitive information, including using polygraphs on defense personnel to determine where the leaks are coming from. It looks like we found the real culprit of them leaks. It's coming from you guys. Oops. The call's coming from inside the house. So, look, top Democrats weighed in as well. They're already saying there should be an investigation into this. For example, Senator Jack Reed of Rhode Island, the top Democrat on the Senate Armed Services Committee, said, if true, the story represents one of the most egregious failures of operational security and common sense that I have ever seen. Yeah, no kidding. Representative Jim Himes of Connecticut, top Democrat in the House Intelligence Committee, said in a statement that he was, quote, horrified by the reports. Himes said that if a lower-ranking official did what is described here, they would likely lose their clearance and be subject to criminal investigation. The American people deserve answers, which he said he planned to get at Wednesday's previously scheduled committee hearing. Now, there are some Republicans that also expressed a little concern. Senator Roger Wicker, Mississippi Republican who chairs the Senate Armed Services Committee, told reporters on Monday, quote, we're very concerned about it, and we'll be looking into it on a bipartisan basis. Right. Reed said that he would be speaking with Wicker about what the committee will do to follow up on the Signal leak. Okay. So now you have Senate Majority Leader John Thune saying he wants to learn more about what happened. Of course, obviously, we got to run it to the ground, figure out what went on there. That said, most of MAGA, they're circling the wagon. Donald Trump has already come out and said, well, it's just a glitch. It happens sometimes. Don't worry about it. Okay. Trump's downplaying it. Hegseth, obviously, he's gaslighting about it. Mike Johnson is supporting Hegseth. So there it is. I mean, if this were a Democratic administration, there would be multiple investigations, as well as calls for this person to resign. But for me, I'm pretty sure that old Petey is going to stay. He's extremely unqualified for the role. He's already compromising national security with incompetence like this. But of course, whenever something like this happens in a Trump administration, it's double down, first gaslight, then double down. Okay. And then, so what, I did it. So what, I was sharing, maybe it was part of the master plan all along. No, you got to understand, there is no master plan with these people. It is all just 100% rank incompetence. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.